All right, welcome to Learn to AI. We're here to help you become AI fluent, and we're going to start with the one thing you absolutely need to make sense of the AI world, a clear, simple map. So let's dive in.
Let's be real. AI, machine learning, generative AI, it's a lot, right? If you feel like you're drowning in a sea of buzzwords, you are definitely not alone. These terms get thrown around all the time, and it's not always clear how they all fit together.
But that confusion ends today. Seriously, in just the next few minutes, we're going to give you that simple, clear map so you can navigate the entire world of AI with confidence.
So let's start our journey. We're zooming all the way out to look at the entire continent on our map. Artificial intelligence. This is the foundation, the starting point for everything else we're going to talk about. So what is AI, really? Think of it as this giant umbrella. It's the whole field, the big idea of getting computers to do smart things that, normally take a human brain. Recognizing faces, understanding what you're saying, all of that falls under this massive category of AI.
Okay, so if AI is the whole continent, let's zoom in a bit. What's the engine that's really driving all the progress we see today? That would be machine learning.
And this is where things get really cool. Look at how this flips traditional programming completely on its head. Normally, a programmer writes the rules, the logic, right? You tell the computer exactly what to do. But with machine learning, you don't. You just show it a bunch of inputs and the outputs you want, and the machine figures out the rules all by itself. It literally learns from the data.
So how does this actually work in the real world? Well, think about your email. How does it just know what's spam? Nobody sat there and wrote a billion rules for every possible spam email. Nope. The machine learned how to spot it.
And this method has a name. It's called supervised learning. The supervised part is key. It's like you're a teacher supervising the AI's education. You feed it thousands and thousands of emails that you've already labeled. Yep, this is spam. Nope, this is not spam. And after seeing all those examples, it starts to get the hang of it, recognizing the patterns on its.
Okay, but what happens when you don't have all those nice, neat labels? Well, that's where unsupervised learning comes in. Imagine you just dump a huge box of mixed-up toys in front of a kid. You don't give them any rules, you just say, sort these. They might start putting all the red toys in one pile and all the blue ones in another. The machine does the exact same thing. It looks at this messy, unlabeled pile of data and finds its own hidden patterns. Pretty smart, right?
All right, time to go another level deeper on our map. We've talked about the engine, machine learning. Now let's talk about the brain. This is a super powerful part of machine learning that's actually inspired by how our brains work. It's called deep learning.
So, why do we even need a brain?
Well, because a ton of the data out there isn't organized in nice, neat spreadsheets. It's what we call unstructured data. Photos, songs, all the text on the internet. Your standard machine learning can get a little overwhelmed by that mess. So we need something more advanced, something that can see patterns in the chaos, kind of like our own eyes and ears do.
Okay, to really get a handle on this, let's use an analogy. Let's say we want to build an AI that can spot a koala in a photo. So, we assemble the koala detection team. Each person on the team has one and only one super simple job. Mike, he only looks for koala eyes. Moni is our nose expert. And Shakib, he's on ear duty. That's it. And when they think they see something, they give a score from 0 to 1.
So here's how this team actually makes a decision. It all happens in layers. At the first level, you've got Mike, Mo, and Shakib shouting out their scores for eyes, nose, and ears. Those scores then get passed up to the next layer, to the managers. You've got Serena, the face manager, who looks at their scores and decides, does this look like a koala face? And then finally, all the reports go to Sergey, the final boss. He takes everything in and makes the ultimate call. Koala or not a koala.
And believe it or not, this little koala detection team, that's basically what a neural network is. Each person is like a single neuron, and the way they're organized in layers creates the network. Deep learning just uses these networks with tons and tons of layers to solve really complex problems.
Okay, let's travel to what is probably the most famous city on our AI map right now. This is the part of AI that doesn't just understand the world, it actually creates brand new things. We're talking about generative AI.
And you know what? Instead of just giving you a dry definition, I'm just going to show you what it can do. Take a look at this. This is a poem about a samosa, written entirely by an AI. And that's the magic of it. It can create text, art, music, pretty much anything you can imagine.
And it's not just one thing either. You've got all these different types of generative models.
There are text models like GPT-4, which you've probably used. There are image models like DALL-E that can turn a sentence into a piece of art. And now we're even seeing these mind-blowing video models like Sora that can create a whole video clip just from a few words of text.
All right, for our last stop on this tour, we are heading to the absolute frontier of our map. So far, we've seen how AI can understand things and how it can create things. But what happens when it actually starts to do things on its own?
Think about it like this. A generative AI could write you an amazing, step-by-step plan for how to onboard a new employee. But what if the AI could actually do all those steps for you? Well, that is the huge leap we're taking into agentic AI.
And this is what that looks like in practice. You give an AI agent a goal, just a simple goal like onboard our new intern. From there, it does the rest. It comes up with its own plan, and then it actually uses your tools. It gets into your Outlook to schedule a meeting. It logs into the HR system to create a profile. It even files a ticket with IT. It doesn't just talk about doing things, it actually does them.
So this chart really nails the difference, right? Generative AI is all about being a creator. It waits for you to give it a prompt, and then it makes something new. Agentic AI, on the other hand, is a doer. You give it a goal, and it works autonomously, thinking, planning, and acting to get that goal accomplished.
And there you have it. That's our map of the AI world. We started with the giant content of AI, looked at the powerful engine of machine learning, the complex brain of deep learning, the amazing creator that is generative AI, and finally, the proactive doer, agentic AI. You officially have the map. So the only real question left is, where are you going to explore next on your journey to becoming AI fluent?